What are you doing? Are you trying to help me? You see I'm struggling? Cute little baby.
My name's Delaney, and today we're going to be working on this boot bag, my own version of it. I don't have a pattern for it, and I haven't done any research on it, and I already got some materials for it. I think we can workshop it to where the materials that I have and just a basic outline of some boots might work for it, because that looks like what happened here. So I'm hoping that today we can get ourselves a brand new book bag. So with that, let's get into the fabrics that I have for this, and then we'll start workshopping the pattern, okay? So for the material, I have this nice brown. It's nice, soft, fluffy. I don't imagine that it's gonna peel away from itself or that it's gonna fray, but it's for a boot bag, so it doesn't really matter. This is going to be used for the inside lining. I have, I assume, 3 yards of it, but Goodwill didn't really have a price equivalent for the yardage for it, so we're just gonna wing it. It's a boot bag, it shouldn't be that big. The other material that I have is this one. I got it from a local thrift store in town. It is gorgeous. I have 5 yards of it, so I think it should be quite enough. And it is a nice, also fluffy, soft, brown, and like cream tan patterned fabric. Huge amounts of it, so I imagine that we're going to be fine. And plenty to spare. So with that, let's get started on drafting the pattern. So we're just going to do a basic shape for the boots, doing an outline, and since we have our boots, we'll just pop it down and trace it out. So now that I have a basic shape for it, I'm just going to add some seam allowance, make it a little bit bigger, and then we're going to work on figuring out the edges for it. So, since our boot bag is going to cover both boots, I am just going to take a wild guess and say that we want it to be wide enough to accommodate both boots and not smoosh them together. So, I'm gonna just nice and gentle, like do a box around. All right, so all of our fabric is cut. I'm gonna pin it all together and then sew it all together, and we'll see what we got.
It's day 2 and we're sewing. I hit a couple of snags. The first being I have no idea how I'm going to close this. It is either going to be buttons, which I have an abundance of, or a zipper, which I have a spare zipper. The other thing that I also hit a snag on is our pattern where the leg meets the foot. I did our interfacing seams, so we have the 2 edges of fabric, right? And that's the same for both sides. And then we have the fabric that's going all the way around connecting the 2, right? I did, instead of doing a solid ring all the way around for fabric, which may have been easier inside 2020, I did multiple different pieces. So a top piece and a bottom piece, which is the same. Not helpful whatsoever. And I did a front side and a back side, which I also did the same, which is not helpful whatsoever. Not accounting for the fact that the front side of the middle piece has to go down the front of the calf of the leg, out across the foot, down the foot, and connect with the bottom. So having it be the same piece, I don't have enough fabric for what I cut out. So as I've already sewn it up, what I'm thinking is I will just cut up the middle of the bottom, move what I have, because I sewed all of the middle pieces together, so I can just cut out another one of the middle pieces, attach that, sew that together, and then call that good. Or I can undo the stitches for 1 or 2 sections, redo it, and call that good. All right, let's get back to sewing. Alright, so I just finished sewing the little patchwork situation that I did for it. I found that in my previous scraps remnants from the original pattern, I had some pieces that were just the right amount of length and width for what I needed to fix the full thing. Hi guys, it is day 3. Today we're going to be working on our final stages of sewing everything together and the zipper. And then hopefully by the end of it we have a working boot bag. I'm gonna say this quick because my battery is dying. So I finished sewing the inside lining to the outer fabric, and I noticed that I have a whole patch on the top of my bag that's missing. So I'm gonna cut a new patch out and stitch those together, and then I'm gonna go around the back. Okay, so today I'm just going to show you the final product, and then we'll go over the review for it. Alright, so I did some hand stitching to the top seam to cover everything. I don't know if you can see that, but it made adding the zipper a little bit easier to navigate. I just used a black zipper that I already had on hand, and I used a black fuzzy interior lining because the brown lining that I originally thought didn't end up being enough, so I had to swap it out. Shape wise, this is what it looks like. It's shape-wise, this is what it looks like. It's pretty frumpy, but it's a bag, so it doesn't need to be anything more than just doing it. And now I'm going to put this stuff in, and hopefully that. See, and this is what I'm talking about. When the zipper detaches, it's a little bit tricky to get it to reattach, and thus makes the corner and holding everything a little trickier. And this is what it's like with all of my boots in here.
overall. Ta-da. A final thing of note, if you've made it this far in the video, I just want to say that I really appreciate you, and I know that this is a little hard to get through because of all the different changes going on. I've originally started filming this in my iPhone and then transitioned to my Canon camera, which I'm using right now. I know that the audio for my iPhone If you made it this far in the video, I would just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you. I know that the different transitions in the video were a little hard and rough to move through. I started the video using my iPhone. I'm ending the video using my Canon camera, and the audio for my iPhone is very low. Moving forward, I'm just going to be using my camera, so hopefully that helps with all of the videos that I have in the future. Additionally, I'm going to try seeking out a mic, but as of right now, it's just going to be the camera until that happens. Also, moving forward, if you like what you see, feel free to like and subscribe. I will be uploading more frequently moving forward, and you'll hear about that later on in the video. With that, let's get to the notes.
I think I'm going to start with the cons of this. Obviously, because I didn't use a pattern for it, I encountered a lot more errors than anybody that actually uses a pattern probably would encounter. And I also feel like I may have missed a step somewhere in the middle, because while it does look really cute and it's going to serve just a basic bag purpose, it does look a little frumpy because it's got no lining or anything to have it hold its shape. So it just looks like a sack. But as it is literally just a sack and meant to just contain my boots so that they don't get dirty or dusty or scuffed up or anything, I'm kind of okay with that. But I'm 100% positive that if I were going to do this again in the future, which as it turned out really stinking cute, I probably will, I'll definitely invest in a pattern. The other thing about this is the zipper. For some reason, the zipper that I have is just a little too long. It's 22 inches when I feel like it being 20 or 18 would have been just fine. But as a result of it being 22 inches and me being a very new person to sewing, I just decided that I would go the full length, not worrying about editing the size of the zipper and not really investing in getting another zipper, because why? But the solution that I had to that was I just put it around a curve here, and as a result of that, I don't know if this is probably a me issue or what, but as a result of that, when it goes around this curve, it's a little particular on how it does it. So my solution to that moving forward is just don't go that full commitment wise on it. But I think that it turned out really great for somebody that's never done this before, never had any experience with this, and didn't have a pattern. Turned out better than I anticipated. And it looks stinking cute regardless. So I think that I will get full use out of this, and it's going to look I'm going to get full use out of this, and it's going to look stinking cute, and I think that every iteration that I make of this afterwards, it'll look a lot better too. So that's obviously even better. And with that, that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you had a great time watching me struggle through this. Happy Thursday, and I'll see y'all next week. If you want more content like this, you can find it on my Patreon. I'll be uploading there every week as well. We're doing our side quests and side projects series up there starting now.